the Dinosaur? You never heard Hunt the Dinosaur?
Is it like a kind of band like we butter the bread with butter?
They're more along the lines of like an Attila type.
Okay,
but that kid's,
I love Attila. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say that kid's voice. He's got like that Eminem style of, but it's screaming, but is it like really fast, really
so
fast.
Like the flow.
The flow is like really, really fast, and it's like it's super crazy. And those guys are kind of jokey. There's a lot of songs about weed and shit like that, but you can appreciate the style.
I could appreciate that.
Yeah, you can appreciate the style. You may not agree with the lyrical content, but you can appreciate exactly what they do and stuff like that. Whereas like somebody like Ocean's 8 Alaska, I love everything about the band.
Guitars,
lyrically,
bass, everything.
Just everything about what they do. And then once they got the new singer, I really felt like it just changed the game for them. The old singer I thought was really good, but the new singer just adds a dimension that they didn't have before, which is that smooth, buttery R&B. It's just like...
It's that and like Jake is just so good at what he does.
It's like eating Doritos and Doritos fucks up your mouth, but you love the taste.
Oh, dude.
It's so good though.
It's like Sour Patch Kids. You ever have a whole bag of Sour Patch Kids?
Yeah.
You wake up the next morning and your mouth is just dude, it's like it's red and puffy.
Exactly.
And it's just nasty and you can't taste shit.
But you loved every minute of that flavor.
You don't get it's all drinking the freaking sour shit out the bag. Like, oh.
I think we're just equating food to music.
Dude, I can't help it, man.
Yeah, no, it's the
I
same
love
thing,
it.
So in that whole aspect of bands like that, do you find yourself really just looking at, heavy music and finding something about it that speaks to you? What exactly is it about heavy music or music of this style that makes you say, damn, this is rich, I'm all about this?
Okay, well, I started off with the Backstreet Boys.
Amen. My mom didn't allow me to
this
listen.
day,
Yeah, exactly.
I will sing to them. I do not care what anybody thinks. I fucking love it. But anyways, so I don't know. I heard Slipknot when I was younger. One of my friends showed me Slipknot and Wait and Bleed, of course. That was the first, that was like the best thing ever.
Did you think those words were "Inside Michelle, I wait and bleed"? Because someone told me a long time ago the lyrics in that song were "Inside Michelle, I wait and bleed."
Oh, Inside Michelle.
Exactly.
Michelle.
No, not Inside My Shell, which are the actual
shell.
lyrics.
No, it was My Shell, but that would have been a lot better.
Inside Michelle. Sorry to whoever's Michelle listening to this currently.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, no. Someone tried to convince me those were the lyrics.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean...
And at that time, like computers and the internet weren't, like, it was a little harder to get on the internet and go, you're full of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they didn't have that lyric website that...
Exactly. Where now, like, my wife brings up a fact and I'm just like, that's not real. And then you like, she's like, Google it.
Yeah,
Google
exactly.
it. Yeah,
Google everything.
Google it.
But yeah, so I heard Slipknot and I was an angry little kid. Causing havoc and just being an asshole. And Slipknot spoke out to me now because I'm angry. And then as I got older, and like I said, and then I started playing drums and this and that, and guitar kind of, choruses really kind of stuck out to me. Just that feeling, you get that just super emotional feeling, where these dudes are pouring their hearts out. You know what I mean? They're pouring out all their love for their craft and their pain from their life, and they're just... you gotta scream about it. You know what I mean?
And that's the other thing too. I think people look down on the style of music that we enjoy because of the screaming.
Exactly.
But it's all I often equate screaming to like religious preferences. There's different religions that see different versions of how they view God or how they view Jesus or whatever the case is. And not to say that they're the same, but they're the same in the sense that how do you enjoy yourself? How does it enjoy you? If you may not enjoy screaming, but there's somebody else who enjoys that visceral sound of someone yelling. You know, there's certain bands that they're screaming I'm not a huge fan of because it's a
just
little
not your style.
Yeah, it's a little daunting, but I don't think you should knock them because they're doing a screaming you may not like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just all in how you look at it. But a lot of people knock people just because it's screaming, and it's like, oh yeah, you know, anybody who's like doesn't know metal in general just assumes everything is like, you know, satanic music and shit like that, you know.
And it's
satanic.
I actually did a project about this for school in psychology. I actually did the end game of the whole thing was how people perceive music, and obviously I'm a metalhead, so I chose to branch that way. But what I did was I compared metal to modern day rap, hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because it had to be very specific, so I couldn't do it with like, you know, indie and pop and jazz. I just did, you know, the most popular thing nowadays compared to technically the least popular. Really, like metal is, you know, I mean, you can't really compare the two.
Well, I mean, there's another subsection of conversation.
I know, you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
but no. So the whole point was I posted 2 videos. So I had a video of, it was a Nicki Minaj song, and I posted the lyrics. You know what I mean? And then I forgot what band I did. I think I did. You know, I did Fire from the Gods.
Okay. Was it Pretenders?
No, it was Fire. It's like my favorite song, End Transmission.
Oh, okay.
So I did because a lot of people don't like metal. So I was like, I had to pertain to the class and this and that. So I was like, whatever, I'll choose that. And I'm like, okay, so everybody loves this Nicki Minaj song, but nobody even knows about Fire from the Gods except for the people that know. You know, all this other stuff. You compare the lyrics.
Yeah,
like
lyrical
you're talking
content
all this
wise.
hate when you
know the other thing too you pointed out there was you also went for a vocalist who is also black with an artist who is black too. And a lot of people don't realize that, you know, there are a lot of sections of life, you know, whether you're white, black, or Puerto Rican or whatever the case, that actually really enjoy metal and stuff like that. And I don't want to sit here and get on a defending. Yeah,
I'm Costa Rican.
I was going to say, I don't want to get on like a tangent about it because there's a lot of people who, you know, respect hip hop and respect metal.
And I do. I do to a certain extent, of course, but yeah, I do.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that, man. And I think you bring up like a good point. For some people, you know, hip hop music is enjoyable because there's a mindlessness to it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a little bit of mindlessness to some of like the mumble rappers and stuff like that. Like I enjoy Migos, but not because I enjoy what Migos talks about. I relate to absolutely nothing Migos talks about. But Migos beats are exactly.
The beats are fire, but that's the thing. It's all. It's usually about the engineers in the background doing that's what gets you going a lot of the time. And I'm like I said, I'm not trying to talk shit about any musician. Anything.
I respect anybody who gets on stage.
Exactly. Anybody that is making millions, like. Bro, you did it. You did the right thing. I didn't do that shit. So
exactly,
you know what I mean.
And
I'm sitting here in sweatpants. Like
I'm sitting here in sweatpants.
You know,
no, and that's what's kind of like. And then the other thing too is a lot of people don't realize that the new hip hop has adapted kind of a punk DIY kind of feel nowadays.
It's a little bit
weird.
There's more real instruments. They're starting to real instruments and stuff, instrumental sort of things are starting to come back more. Where people want like old jazz kits actually like on there. You know what I mean? And that sort of stuff where you're kind of getting more of like a.
It's more real.
It's more real instead of all the process. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And people are trying to do stuff differently. Like my niece and nephew turned me on to Denzel Curry, and he did a sick Rage Against the Machine cover.
Okay.
Oh my god, man! Like it's crazy to think like a hip hop artist is taking influences from a metal band.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's taking influence from a metal band and he's putting it in his own music and stuff like that. And then unfortunately, we just had I don't know if you knew, but Juice WRLD died yesterday.
Yeah, I heard
that
about
stuff's
that.
crazy.
Honestly, I didn't really know.
His lyrics are very angsty. He's very depressed, very sad, and I mean, it's a very to be honest with you, the music is hip hop, but the lyrics are grungy, like very Nirvana to me sometimes. With some, like I'm not sitting here trying to compare him to Kurt Cobain, but they have angsty, they're depressed, they're making you feel a certain kind of way. And stuff like that, and just to think about those,
put you on the edge a little bit. Yeah,
it's cool, man, and it just changes how we view music because there's so many artists taking different things from different genres and then throwing it together. And once again, it's the beauty of music that's bringing us together.
Well, I think metal's been doing it for years. How many hip hop pop, indie,
exactly.
alternative covers are there that metal bands have done. You know
and
what
that's
I mean?
another aspect that I don't think a lot of people give certain metal bands credit.
Dude,
the
some
covers,
of these songs are incredible. Like who did it? Like Ice Nine Kills did Maroon 5 Animals.
Yeah,
and that was I'm not a huge fan of Ice Nine Kills, but that cover was dope. You know what I mean?
And then you got bands like I Prevail, who are actually gaining a little notoriety for the simple fact they just got nominated for a Grammy. Did you know that?
Wait, did they really?
Yeah, they were nominated for a Grammy.
That's coming from our world. That's pretty sick.
Yeah. Them. I want to say I think Killswitch was on there too.
Killswitch has been on there multiple times.
Yeah. And it's really cool. Anywho,
it's all right.
So, I'm wondering, are you ready to play a little game? Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I guess I have to be.
So today, we're gonna play Rich Presents Oceans Ate All the Alaska. It's basically a question game. 5 questions. Okay. Multiple choice. So you're not sitting here like, oh.
That's good, though. At least
okay?
I got, yeah.
Exactly.
I'm an idiot.
So basically, I'm going to ask you 5 questions about your favorite band.
Right?
The look on your face. Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like, watch, it's going to be that thing where I told you I'm going to be like, all right. I'm ready, though. I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So the first question is,
all right.
Are you ready? Let me get my game voice on. Well, Rich, are you ready to play? Oceans,
yes, I am.
Alaska. Exactly. Okay, so we're going to start with question 1, which is, where did the band get their name from? A, a natural disaster. B, a bandmate's girlfriend. C, no clue.
I mean, a natural disaster.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
If you know the album, like I said.
Exactly.
The intro is just all about, it's all the Morse code and stuff about, about.
And it actually is about a tsunami that hit Alaska in the 1950s, that it pretty much destroyed the entire coastline. A lot of people don't know that. Okay. Next one is about your main man, Chris Turner.
All right.
Chris Turner is huge into A, extreme sports, rock climbing and tightrope walking. B.
It's A. I mean, come on. It's A. You don't even need to keep going.
Dang. He's blowing up my question. Sir, please remain your answers to the end of the question. All right. We're going to go with 3. Which member has a rap song in which the backing track is him beatboxing? Is it A, Chris Turner, B, guitarist James Kennedy, or C, Mike Stratton, the bass player?
Oh, man. It's funny because, like, I met James and it sounded like something that James would do. But also, Mike's a bassist. B?
Oh, no. And the correct answer is C.
It was C?
Yes.
Right.
And it's called, the song is actually called 32 Blazer. That's the name of the song. And
I gotta hear that.
Yeah. And it's all produced by Chris. Chris
produced
it. Exactly.
Okay.
But the entire backing track is actually Mike beatboxing and rapping over it. They even shot a music video for it and everything.
Wow, dude. That's bad that I don't know that. That's terrible. All
okay.
Right.
This next one gets, and mind you, these questions are getting a little harder and harder.
They are. All right.
So we're on number 4. Which member was in a movie with John C. Reilly? Is it...
What?
Exactly.
Okay.
Is it A, Chris Turner, B, Jake the vocalist, because I'm not trying to pronounce his last name, or is it C, James Kennedy?
It's Noakes. It's gotta be Noakes. Is it James?
No,
it's not James. Dude, I don't know who.
You were 2 for 2, and it is James Kennedy.
James Kennedy.
Yeah, he was an extra in a John C. Reilly movie. I don't remember which one it was, but yeah, he was an extra in a movie.
See, I don't know this type of thing. Try to make me look bad. Chris Turner's gonna hear this and be like, "Fuck that guy." Delete me straight off Facebook. No more lessons.
All right.
I'm
gonna have you pronounce this title of this record because I don't know how to say
Hikari?
it. Yeah, Hikari.
Yeah.
Okay. What does Hikari mean?
Light.
Okay. Hold on.
Because I got it on my leg.
Is it to shine, light, or all the above?
Oh, fuck. You got to put all the above. It's got to be all the above.
Yes, it is all the above.
Because, I mean, they tend light to shine, the same shit.
Thank you, and you win Absolutely fucking nothing.
I got 3 out of 2, right?
Yeah, you got 3 out of
Shit.
2. Yeah.
I still failed, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
wait.
3 out of 2. That's good. Yeah, you got 3 questions right and 2 wrong.
60%, I got a D.
Exactly.
I'm always, D's are cool. Still passed.
But no, I mean, I think you did pretty good. I mean,
those other
you didn't
two,
even let me answer 2.
Yeah, but the 2, honestly, it's cool to know that he was an extra, and then the beat, I got to check that out.
The beatboxing, yeah.
Those